Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am on Mondays and Wednesdays by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair. It looks especially lustrous today, Jennifer Falah Doring in Hayden, Idaho. How are you, Jen?
Good. Doing good.
A little tired. Got a doggy keeping you up at night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just talking. I had my kitty, Miss Fluffy Muffy's had this soft cone on, and her hot spot scabs had just about healed completely. Took it off on Saturday, put it back on yesterday because she started scratching again. Woke up this morning and I don't know where it is. They're devious. They're smart. They get out of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, we both got pet issues. I just hoping for pet med beds and stuff. All right, guys. Nice to see everybody this morning. I would say it was a quiet weekend. It was probably a quiet weekend for you. It was not a quiet weekend for me, and I doubt it was a quiet weekend for Jen in terms of the things we talk about on this show. But again, we have a slow start to our day. YouTube used to notify people ahead of time that we were going to do a show. Now they don't notify them until we get on the air. So we're going to take care of our business first. And then we're going to get into the news, and then we're going to get into the Jentel. So what I would like to tell everybody is, please do not forget that these videos are not always going to stay on YouTube. There's definitely some censorship increasing, and you can always go to mikebarra.blogspot.com to pick up the latest news and information. If you miss a show, it should be right there. Here's our current show today. There's the interview I did with Mel Carmine on Friday. That's a great one. If you haven't seen it, go watch that. You can also get links to my books, the 8 or 9 books I've written. I forget, I should know how many books I've written. Lectures I've done in the past, Ancient Aliens and JFK, video analysis of videos on the analysis of different UFO videos, interviews with people in the UFO community. All that stuff is aggregated at mikebarra.blogspot.com. Please also do not forget that these videos link you right through to the Rumble channel, and the Rumble channel is Real News. All that Live stuff is aggregated at mikebarra. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the channel. You can slide on in there, and in the lower right-hand corner, you have an option to subscribe. Is it blocked? Yeah, it's blocked. You can subscribe there in the lower right-hand corner. If you follow the channel, when you subscribe, that gives the channel $5 a month. It's a mere $5 a month to contribute to the show. It's the best way to help us keep things going and pay for all the stuff that it takes to put the show on and keep being here for you guys. So definitely head over there to Rumble, open an account, and like the videos and subscribe. That's what helps us the most. And again, the actual channel is Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We have 4,400 followers. So almost now looks like all the people that used to be following us on our account are now following us on our channel. Rumble is weird. We don't know why Rumble did this, but it's very irritating stuff. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the cbdgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of great CBD-based products for your health. You can also get wholesale discounts by sliding over to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S on the end, just ALIEN, all lowercase, and slide on in and get your specials for this week. You also will get some dinar, some bolivar, some currency to go along with that, and pick up this week's specials, the Miracle Gold gummies. I can't remember if it's the Lion's Mane or the Miracle Gold gummies I'm supposed to get, but I've been told to get these. It should help with various ailments that I have. I think it was Scott that told me that yesterday. You can also get stuff like the sleep gummies, the regular gummies, the Lotion 2000 is great stuff, the weight loss support capsules. I'm still waiting for somebody to combine that with Jen's weight loss healing, the weight loss capsules with the weight loss healing, and see what kind of results they get. Should be really cool stuff. You can also get your awesome Get In Loser, We're Taking America Back t-shirts there at the CBD Gurus. Matt and Lucas are wonderful people. Also, please don't forget to visit our other sponsors, MikeBarraPets.com, where you can get all kinds of awesome mushroom-based supplements and healing products for your doggies, your kitties, your horsies, and yourselves over at MikeBarraPets.com. Click on the Shop Now button. You can slide on in, take a look at the line of products. I'm giving Barkley the Mush Puppies and the Mojos, and he is absolutely wonderful. Every time I meet somebody new, out taking him for a walk, they're like, "Oh, he's a puppy, isn't he?" And I'm like, "No, he's no puppy. He's almost 12 years old." And that's what the Mush Puppies and the special sauce and the Mojos are doing for him. You can also pick up things like the Pet Balm, Mush Ponies for the horses. Chill Doggies is a great new product for a dog that's wired up, having issues. I got to get some Chill Doggies. We had Barkley got a bunch of anxiety last night. I think it was because we burned a little pizza yesterday and it set off the smoke alarm. So that was a problem. But Barkley just really had a hard time. Chill Doggy would have been great for him. You can also pick up the Coriolis Versicolor Enforce line of products for human beings, for your immune system boosting, for mental clarity, your organs like your pancreas and your blood pressure, stuff like that. Enforce Shield, Enforce Gummies, all kinds of cool stuff. They've got chocolates, they've got coffees, they got Pet Balm for hot spots, they got Body Balm, they got starter packs. And you can also send an email to Diana over there at MikeBarraPets@gmail.com. She is a certified pet nutritionist, and she has used these products herself to cure a very serious disease she feels that starts with a C. Also, please don't forget to link in the description, hit the ACN family of companies, especially Impact Health Sharing, which is a wonderful, wonderful replacement for health insurance. It basically works exactly like health insurance, but at about a third of the cost. Every doctor takes it. They pay the doctors more. You pay less. It's awesome. Impact Health Sharing, link in the description. Really, really people. And one thing we're going to add soon is Legal Shield. Again, link in the description for signing up for Legal Shield. I've signed up for this company. They have plans ranging from, I think, $37 a month to $59 a month. You pay an occasional one-time fee. I'm going to get my will, my living will, all these things straightened out through Legal Shield. And I also got the $15 a month gun rider, meaning if I have to use a gun in a situation, all I got to do is call up my lawyer, and there they are, like giving me advice right over the phone what to do. If you get pulled over by a cop for any reason, you can call Legal Shield. You can call the number and you can say, here, just talk to my lawyer about it. There you go. So cool stuff. Brand new company, and link in the description on that one. And that brings us finally to JenniferFalah.com. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at JenniferFalah.com today?
Well, at JenniferFalah.com, you can get a reading. You can get a healing if you would like to. There is a love button, which is a donation button if you want to send a tip or a donation. But you can also use that button to combine services and just enter the amount. Email me after everything. Everybody has to email me to schedule and to give me information for any kind of healings. Right now, we've got the weight loss healing available, and it is recommended to do this every 2 weeks or every month, and choose your diet plan, and it helps you stick to it and be more successful with that. It is kind of like hypnosis. It is a talk with the soul with full body healing and cleanse on things that would stop you from losing weight and sabotage your progress. I also have lots of other services at JenniferFalah.com. We also have a special right now to get a medical intuitive reading. That is a head to toe evaluation with Jesus of what's going on inside your body. So you can take that information back to your doctor and they can better help you and find the root of the problem. This also includes a free healing at that price right now. If anybody's concerned about toxins, people around them who have taken vaccines, you can get the toxin DNA cleanse healing. That is a full body healing. It's an everything healing. And what we do is try to remove the toxins and correct the DNA and get the metals out of the body. That is my effort. My trying to help with people who have been exposed to vaccines. Marcy Howell and Susan Gretz are also on the website if you'd like services from them. They do not work for me. The payment goes directly to them, and you email them afterwards to schedule. Go to jenniferfalat.com today.
And that is what is going on over at jenniferfalat.com. Okay, I guess what you guys are here for lots of different stuff, but one of the things we need to do here is give you the news. Now, before we get to the news, I have something to say about Simon Parkes. Okay, a lot of you in my chat, I don't know, Jen, if they were in your chat as well, but they went in and they listened to Simon's last presentation. And Simon was a very, very serious, very, very intense Debbie Downer, and telling people that the RV is not going to happen. It's not a real thing. Everything. So that would mean, I guess, Simon, that everything you ever told anybody 2, 3, 4 years ago was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple things to say about Simon. I used to follow him because he did used to have contacts. And he knew people I think primarily from the military side of things, because his family was military intelligence. So MI6, his mom, I believe, and his dad both worked for MI6. He says he was involved in secret space programs. I know some other folks that say that too, and I think they're probably telling the truth. And I suspect Simon is telling the truth as he interprets it. Having said that, Simon also says he's had sex with aliens. And I think at one point he said his cats were his children with aliens. Okay, maybe that was a joke. Maybe it was misinterpreted. I don't know. What I can tell you about Simon is I do not believe for the last 2 or 3 years he has sources anymore. I believe his sources have stopped talking to him. I believe he's taken some snooty, holier-than-thou stances with people, and that may have pissed off those that were giving him information. So I don't think Simon has good sources anymore. And I will tell you this. I know people that used to work in government, that know people that are still in government. I know people who know bankers and deal with bankers. I know people who know other military and government sources inside various governments all around the world. And none of them agree with him that this is not going to happen. None of them agree with that. Everyone knows that this is real. So what I would say is take what Simon says with a grain of salt and stop listening to him. I stopped listening to him about 2 years ago when he kind of went off the reservation. I believe he took his organization private because he wasn't getting information anymore. So only a few people even see what he says anymore. And I wish him all the luck with his humanitarian projects, but I don't consider him a reliable source of information anymore. I would say the same thing for Phil. I think in terms of the RV, all of us know as much or more than Phil does at this point. So I just think you guys should not listen to Simon anymore. That's how I'm doing it. That's how I would recommend you do it. So, Jen, you have anything you want to add about Simon at this point, or no? You look like you were kind of getting a download there, but what do you think?
Oh, well, Simon is heading up the humanitarian project part of the med beds. So how are you going to do that without the Zoom? I mean,
Yeah.
And I actually know somebody who was contacted to interview to be a project manager through his group. So we do know that certain individuals put out misinformation at certain times to throw people off. So I don't know what's going on over there with him. I'm not going to say that anybody doesn't know what they're talking about. But from what I've heard from contacts, what I've gotten it personally all this time, is that it is. And we have seen and know a lot of people who receive information from very smart individuals who are involved in this thing, who say that it is real. Yeah. And it is real. Yeah.
So I would just say, thanks for playing, Simon.
Simon came out a while ago, and maybe he just gets bombarded by people yelling at him, why isn't this happened? You know, maybe he's not as patient as some other people, or has just lost his patience and just says, it's not happening. It's not real. Leave me alone. So I don't know where he's at with that, but I do know that the RV is real.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so let's get to the news. I have a lot more news than I can tell you. I have been asked not to say certain things, so I'm trying to say these things in the best way that I can, and put them in the context of information that's been already made public. Because if it's been made public, then I can't be burning any sources. So here's what I have. My bond people have been told Monday, Tuesday, today, like right now. It's almost Tuesday in Iraq. So when an Iraqi tells you Tuesday, it means our Monday, basically. So we have that. So they're saying that they expect to be paid out or have their contracts at least, if not be paid out, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In terms of why this has not happened yet, I have information that a third party in this process has been creating issues. And that's the reason why this hasn't happened yet. They have been given an ultimatum. And the ultimatum is basically the economic destruction of their country if they do not comply. So it's supposed to go based on that information today or tomorrow or Wednesday. Remember, our Monday is their Tuesday. Our Tuesday is their Wednesday. So when somebody tells me Tuesday, Wednesday, that means Monday, Tuesday for us, because we're, 15 hours behind them. I've been told the reason for this is that they are insistent on getting this done before Donald Trump takes office, because if they do that, if Donald Trump takes office, then he will probably change the deal to get a better deal for America, which will delay things further. I have been told Donald Trump is not happy that this particular third party is doing what they are doing and that this has not happened yet. And he is reading them the riot act behind the scenes. I have another person who says, no, it's not going to happen while Biden is still in office because of all the terrible things Joe Biden has done. So they don't want him to get any credit. And my response to that is, okay, so then it won't happen until after the 21st. So my response to that is, okay, if this is a private exchange and it were not to become public before next week, Biden wouldn't get any credit anyway. So it could still happen today, tomorrow, Wednesday, which we've been hearing repeatedly for weeks after weeks. So let me just give you the time frame that I've been given as best as I can put it together from 5 or 6 different sources now, okay? Rate change is supposed to be today, tomorrow. Notifications, tomorrow or Wednesday, no later than that. NESARA, after Trump takes office. So, and it won't be called NESARA, it will just be a series of announcements of things they're going to do. Maybe even executive actions by the president, starting on the 20th or the 21st. So that's the time frame that I was given, and I have no idea what Jen knows or what she's been getting in her readings. So, Jen, I guess I will just turn it over. Wait a minute. Simon Parks is a foreigner. What does he know about the USA that I know I can trust? You have to understand, this is a global event, so the whole world is involved. So just because Simon's a Brit doesn't mean he doesn't know what's planned for the USA. And the USA is the biggest player in all this because we have the biggest economy by leaps and bounds. And Simon wanted to come here and work here. So that's why Simon is relevant and all that stuff. Okay, so that's kind of what I have for news. I don't really, and again, I could tell you more details, but I'm not allowed to. So those are things that have already been put out in public, and they're things that I agree with. So what I'm told is notifications. Well, I was told Monday, Tuesday, but I think it just turned Tuesday in Iraq, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double double check before I turn it over to you. Nope, it'll be Tuesday in Iraq in 2.5 hours. So by noon our time, it'll be Tuesday in Iraq. So it could be notifications being Tuesday, Wednesday, rate change today, and then Nasara after Trump takes office. That's what I have for a timeline. Jen, what did the angels say to you this morning?
Well, you're not going to like it. But I don't care. I just got it confirmed by a contact. This is Jentel, Interdimensional Meditation for January 13th, 2025. I went and spoke with Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Jesus, and the whole team. Basically, Jesus is who I talked to. The dress today was yellow. That is also our code word for let's go. So, RV News. I said, why the delay? Jesus said, the World Court has made a decision to delay the release of notifications until after the inauguration of the U.S. president. Why? I asked. The inauguration will take place, then executive orders will be signed. He said the SWIFT system and the quantum system running together allow fraud to take place and has been a security breach. Other tiers wait for their release of funds as well to ensure payments are not confiscated by fraud. So this has been a problem, this payment system. We got it in the last Jentel over the weekend. I got or later in the week and over the weekend, I got confirmation of that Jentel that I could not pass on. I can now. There is time to complete the RV before your country changes its monetary system. So what they want, so we're talking about notifications for 4B, okay? There are other things happening right now with the other tiers preparing to be ready for this. I could see where it could take us a week. There are two different stories circulating right now that I've noticed. One has got everything happening now. One is waiting for the inauguration. If this payment system has been an ongoing problem or the way that they are moving money, and there's a chance that it could be taken in transit, they're going to wait. And I think I didn't like the Jentel. It's not something I would have said. So I'm leaning towards this as our timeline. I don't make the rules. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what I got. But if I get into my RV reportment and they want to do it this week rather than next week, and next week it would be safe, but this week I sit down and they say, oh, we're sorry. Your money's just been stolen on the way. You're going to have to go ahead and submit a request or file a suit with whatever agency it is. And maybe in 5 to 10 years, you could get it back somehow. But I don't want to do that. So I'm fine with that. Everybody else might be mad. I don't care. Thought about ditching today. Didn't want to come in here. Didn't want to do this today. Why quit now? So what we've got is a World Court, High Court, whatever, Alliance made a decision. We're going to do the notifications after the inauguration. I see this starting to roll out pretty fast. Like the very next day, he starts with the executive orders. Something in there is important to switch over completely to the quantum financial system. I don't know if we're going to hear an announcement about that. But right now, there are 2 systems still running. And it is a problem. And that is the delay. That's Jentel for today.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's what Mel said in the interview did with them on Friday, was that he thought it would be after the inauguration because they didn't want Biden to get any credit for it. That's what another source said to me also. The World Court delay thing, haven't heard anything about that. That's new from Jentel. And the payment system, I was told that there was a problem last week, like you said, that was verified with the system. So that was something that happened last week. That was a confirmation of your Jentel from last week. We also had an avalanche. Didn't we have an avalanche this week in somewhere, as you put out what was going to be in the news?
Quite a few confirmations.
Go ahead.
I always get more confirmations than I can tell the public.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that because I like to share everything, open book, but I don't. So there are things going on before the inauguration that involve the other tiers. Okay.
Yeah.
And that prepare us for whatever we need it to be when our notifications come out. So as far as we're concerned, for 4B, I'm getting that this is our timeline for.
Yeah.
So, somebody makes a decision, they change the timeline, and that's all there is to it. I don't know what to tell you. It's happened over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired of that. But you know what?
Yeah. It's what it is. Yeah.
If we step into a safe zone once he's inaugurated, fine.
Yep.
It's only a week away.
So yeah, it's interesting because we both got the same thing. We both got, okay, it could be now. Some people are telling us today, right now. Other people are saying no, not until after the inauguration for next week. But mine were like, well, they don't want Biden to get any credit for it, which I didn't think was a very solid argument because it's a private event. Nobody's going to hear about it until next week anyway. But you got the part about the payment system and the World Court ruling, which is different. So, that's where we're at, guys. I think
that's interesting. Somebody, James Foster said, no, I lost it.
What's her name?
Some kind of Q post. Can I scroll down on these?
That's what Carrie said a few days ago. Yeah.
Just lost it. I can't scroll down.
What does Mark say about the RV and NESARA happening at the same time? Mark is not a big NESARA guy. He turns that over to other folks.
Looks like Q post 580 something. I saw James is Foster. A delta for the 22nd private exchange.
James Foster was the name, right?
Yeah, and it's coming from YouTube because I can't see Rumble.
I'm looking. Where are you, Jim? Oh, there's Chris Iverson. Oh, is it a full moon today, Chris? Cool. I'm looking. I'm still looking. I know this is exciting television. Very exciting.
I'm not sure if it was James Foster. It might have been the one before that. Whoever said that, can you comment again? Oh, 583? Q post 583.
It was Regina, yeah, 583.
That was somebody before that, but it was saying that that's a delta for the 22nd, and it says private exchange, so that's interesting.
Q post.
But it would make sense that there would be a lot of misinformation circulating right now if we're right there. So.
Yeah. Okay, let me look. I'm not that far away. Okay, let's find
Jamie. Right above or below James Foster. It's a while back. Anyway, that's interesting. You guys can look at it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting for a website to load. Okay, so
Jamie Q post 583 Delta 122 private exchange is what she said. Wish I could see better. Davita Wade. That's the last comment.
Yeah, private exchange just says 583 just says private exchange last. That's all it says. So, okay. Janie said 122 private exchange. I don't know. Who's Janie? Do you know who Janie is? Oh, she was in our chat. Okay. Janie
So
said
we also got that there was time to complete the RV before the country changes to the monetary system. So
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some kind of period of time
yeah.
before they go to gold. Because
Yeah.
that was my concern. Okay, he's going to get into office. He's going to go to gold. The U.S. currency is probably going to be the highest, and we're not going to make money. That was what I was worried about. But now I'm getting that that's not a concern.
Mm-hmm.
That they're going to go ahead and take care of this and complete it, and and it really does have to be completed
Do
to
we
start
have to have?
Sarah?
Do we have to have some sort of financial crisis before we go to gold?
Well, in the public eye, it would justify it.
Yeah. So.
And then he comes in as the savior and says, "It's all right. I can, 24 hours. I'm going to fix this."
Yeah.
Like he always says, and
yeah, I'll just say the solution to it is just we go to a gold-backed currency and we're good. Right?
Some of the intel circulating over the weekend was talking about we're still having a 10 days of darkness. We never really know what that is. I don't know. Maybe we do get crashes. Maybe something happens. I mean, but the minute I don't see how we're going to get. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. But they're saying notifications not till after the inauguration. We will not be notified until after the inauguration, right? Get our notification.
Apparently, because of the delays that they've had and problems with both moving money, some kind of executive order is going to be signed that will, I don't know if it gets rid of the SWIFT system or it just takes us over completely public eye over to the quantum system. It eliminates the problem, basically. So yeah. I don't have all the information, but that's what I got.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Somebody texted me. Let's see. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to read it on the air.
Sure.
Makes sense what you said. I was always wondering how they would keep the cabal from stealing any money that we transfer from our QFS to our SWIFT account. I think you just answered that. Legally, none of us own the money in our bank accounts, which means the banks can take it. Okay. So then maybe that's the problem. So if we had it in our QFS account,
yeah,
and we transferred some over into the bank, and Biden was still around, and we didn't have Trump at the helm, and we didn't have anything to protect our monies in accounts, they could take it. And that's what Jesus was saying, is that it could be confiscated. So maybe we do have crashes. Why would they confiscate your money?
Right.
All right.
Right. We don't know.
I don't know.
We're guessing. All right. One last thing, guys. I forgot to mention while we went through all the run-throughs that I will be at the Quantum Summit in March 8th and 9th, 2025 with Mel Carmine and all of his crew down in Cape Canaveral. So if you can make it on down there, by all means, get a ticket, hang out, come on down. It's going to be a great event with all kinds of fun, and it looks like parties. Looks like we're going to have a party there, Mel. And it's going to be great. There's going to be tons of people there that you're going to want to listen to, including Mel. Nino Rodriguez is going to be there. Dr. Jan Halper, Carrie, Laura Eisenhower, the original Mark Z, Zester, and I are all going to be there. And Michael Jaco and a lot of other interesting people. So hang on, get on down to Cape Canaveral, March 8th and 9th. And I don't know how much the tickets are, but you can get a room and tickets and all kinds of cool stuff for the Quantum Summit 2 on March 8th and 9th, 2025. March 8th.
What will you be discussing?
I am going to be discussing your favorite subject, the secret history of the United States, which is all about the financial constitution and all that stuff. Because that's what I talked about with Mel's with Elisa, who I think Elisa's talked to you a little bit on email. Wants to have a conference call with us. Elisa, I did her show. She has a companion show with Mel, and they love that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to say, how did we get to this position in the first place, and tell you all the history as I understand it and know it. So that'll be cool. So come on down and enjoy yourselves. And if the RV happens before then, I don't know if we're still. I guess we're still going to do it if the RV happens before then. Jen, we'll get you down there and get you a table. What do you think?
Oh, you can throw me in if the RV happens. I think it would be kind of busy, but
Yeah, well.
Yeah, when is this help going on?
It is March 8th and 9th. March 8th is a date that resonates for me for some reason. It was March 8th, 1971. It's the fight of the century, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, which was a really huge deal around the world. It's also the same date Russell Wilson got traded for the Seahawks. So March 8th is just, you know how certain dates in your life keep coming up? March 8th, important things seem to happen. October 29th is a big day for me. I don't quite know why. But
I've noticed for me, it's like certain times of the year are for endings and certain times are for beginnings. Like February is always about beginnings. And the fall has always been like endings, which is weird. Susan could probably tell you about it with numerology, but
yeah. So we have damn near 3,000 people in the live stream today. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to move on now to questions, the question part of the show. Jen, how long do we have you? 11:15, 11:30?
11:30.
11:30. We'll try to get you in and out of there. Remember, please give us your name and the name of whoever you are asking about, whether it's person, pet, spirit guide, alien, anybody you want to talk, what Jen did talk to through the spiritual realm. You got to include the real names, and it really helps. Also, the one privilege you get for your $5 a month over on Rumble is, guess what? You get to you get your questions answered first by Jen for that. And we appreciate you guys doing that. What the hell just happened? Jen, can you tell me what just happened? Because I don't know what just happened. I hate it when I do something and with my mouse, and it's like the computer does something I've never seen before. Like, why did it do that? Why did it do that? All right, we're gonna pop out the chat. We're gonna get Jen and I in here. Let's do it that way. We'll make Jen. Yeah, does that work? That works. That works. Okay. Jen's going to answer your questions. We're going to roll through this, and we're going to try to get through the. There's a lot of good questions over on YouTube, so I want to make sure we roll through the Rumble rants and the big chats, the $5 a month subscribers over on Rumble as quickly as we can. Cast348 says, "Love you both for blessings." Dash Lady. Deb wants to know how far she'll have to drive for her RV appointment.
25 minutes.
25 minutes. That's nothing. That's from here to the Strip in Vegas. Mishi D says, "Jen, I was watching your Levels of Heaven video, and sometimes I dream of speaking to someone behind a desk with bookcases with no walls. Where would that be?" I don't have a name for this person, but D or...
Yeah. They dream of talking to somebody behind a desk?
Desk with bookcases behind them, I guess, but there's no walls. It's an interesting visual.
That looks like somebody in the Akashic Records.
Yeah. I had a dream once where I was in a conference room, and it was like a amphitheater or theater, where I don't know if you've ever been in corporate America, but there's these rooms where you have a thing down below, like a stage, and then you have tiers and seats, and like at an engineering facility, like at Boeing, we would meet in a theater like that, and they want to give us presentations. We can all sit and watch, and I was at the desk, and there was the desk was like my team was meeting at the desk about me, and then they took me up to a hotel room, and I got to meet the supervisor. So, by the way, Ron Davidoff, I see Ron Davidoff is in there. Ron, thank you for the X39 and X49 patches. I will let you know if they work. I've had one on yesterday. Feel that much different, but I don't feel bad either. So we'll see. If they work, then I think we might look at these X39 and X49 patches from lifewave.com. Hi, Jen. This is Susie. My English cream retriever Tess hasn't been eating very well lately. Can you tell me what's going on with her? Is it anything serious?
Well, it is some kind of stomach issue. I'm getting a lot of acid in the stomach. Could possibly be a reaction to parasites. There's a problem with the front ankle of the paw. There's a problem with the back tooth. Probably needs a visit. Dog needs to go in.
All right.
Nothing real serious, but several things that they could help with.
Yeah. Carissa, K Turtle 8 says, can you please ask Jesus what I'm doing wrong when it comes to my kids' teeth? No matter what I do, the dentist always finds more cavities. Feel so deflated regarding this issue. Are you sure the dentist isn't bullshitting you? But you never know. So Carissa's kids' teeth. Jen, anything about that?
They need to floss better. Heritage.
Yeah. Do they still have their? I wonder if they still have their baby teeth or if they have their grown-up teeth yet.
Both. I'm just getting some of those baby teeth are just pretty porous.
Yeah.
So I would work on, filling in the gaps there. But there's not a lot you can do for the baby teeth.
Yeah. Why not just pull them out? I don't know. Carolyn would like to know if she'll get caught up on her taxes before the spring. As things stand now, yeah. Lisa says, my mom, Laura Lee, passed on the 29th. Very sorry to hear that.
All right.
Is she with Jesus and my dad, Gary? Is she okay? And where she belongs? Laura Lee. She's asking about.
She's fine. She was met when she passed and was escorted and, to the typical reunion with all the love. She's fine.
Frederica, $5 Rumble Red. Hi, Frederica. Jen, I moved the cat litter boxes to the living room where it's warmer and the cats spend most of their time. But my kitty Luna keeps doing her business outside Bailey's room. Outside Bailey's room upstairs. What is up with Luna?
Urinary tract infection is trying to show you something.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 2 kitties in this house that are peeing in inappropriate places and crying a lot. And Miss Fluffy Muffy and Seabass, I think they might both have urinary tract infections. Megan Angus says, hi, Mike and Jen. I'm looking for a full-time job and haven't had any luck. Do you see anything coming through soon? Maybe my old job, which is still open. I appreciate you both. That's Megan.
Late January, beginning of February, I'm seeing you doing a move with, as far as position for you. Position becomes available.
Okay. A neighbor named Buzz has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Do you see him beating this with his doctor's treatment?
Who's asking?
I don't know. They didn't give me a name.
A neighbor named Buzz. It's kind of hard to find that energetically. You're going to need some kind of... Well, I guess Jesus can. Let me ask. Jesus said he's made the decision to transition.
Okay. Will anything happen to Gavin Newsom over the LA fires? David Murtos.
Well, which one? The original one's dead.
Oh, really? He is dead, huh? Is this a fake?
Mask. I'm serious. I don't jump on board with that all the time, because I'm like, oh, everybody thinks everybody's in a mask. But yeah, what I'm seeing is a trial. I'm seeing like a Gitmo deal. That guy went down.
Okay.
There's a big exposure coming for California.
Lori Betty's asking about what's our opinion about still living in Southern California. Look, I loved LA when I moved there in 2003. It's a shithole now, and I wouldn't live there. That's why I moved here, not there. One of the reasons. And it's up to you, but I mean, I do think after the transition, everything everywhere will get better. So,
well, I grew up in San Diego, lived there for 33 years, and we were always so proud to live there. It was a beautiful place. Over time, it has deteriorated, and everybody's got rock gardens now. And it used to be to have all these trees and grass and everything, and be a wonderful place to live. It's going to take about 2 to 3 years for that place to get cleaned up again. I think we're walking into that time where they're going to expose all the corruption and get the bad people out of office, and everything's going to change. But as far as stealing all those offices over and over again, it'll get cleaned up. It'll get green again. But it's going to take a few years.
Amy wants to know if her husband Michael and I are planning to spend a few months in Florida after the RV. Michael has some physical challenges. I just want to know if this trip will go well.
Now, who's that again?
That's Amy asking about her and her husband Michael's trip to Florida.
There's some kind of delay in there. Not sure if it's a delay in a flight or leaving, but everything goes well when you do go.
Okay. Yeah, Laura. Yeah, I got the pictures. I know who you are now. Yeah. Ray wants to know if recent restrictions on AI chip exports imposed by the Biden administration, will they be lifted soon? Okay, I'll ask.
Most everything will be reversed.
Scott wants to know if he'll be granted a MedBed license for 3 locations or wellness centers. He wants to know if he's going to be a MedBed.
Eventually for 2.
Okay. Mike, as long as it's not the country, it's not us, the country that's stirring the pot. No, it's not the U.S. Cool Raul says he's contemplating bankruptcy. Will he end up doing that or not? Oh, Miss Fluffy Muffy.
Well, change will come before you have to do that.
Yeah. And it's not that big a deal anyway, because the whole system, I think, as it stands now, is going to be erased. Kathy wants to know, do spirits and souls that cross over after death have the same feelings we do in terms of like love, happiness, and sadness?
They have emotion. Emotion is attached to the spirit. But when you change your perspective, the emotion changes as well. So high vibrational emotions like love, empathy, joy, those remain. But a lot of the human low vibrational resentments, jealousies, all that stuff fades away. Because they remember who they really are and why they came here, what that really meant. And so the wisdom and the understanding changes perspective, and that's no longer present. So people are always worried that, their loved ones who pass over are mad at them. But when they come through in a reading, all you hear about is no. Don't hold that. They're more concerned about you carrying that burden than holding any kind of grudge. So they when they pass over, takes a while to acclimate to the other side. There's initial fast raise in vibration, and then they start acclimating. That's why it's easy to see them for the first 6 months or so. But that's when the high vibration, it's you don't really have all those negative low vibrational emotions, but emotion does live on, and love never dies.
Paula wants to know where she'll end up after the RV. Like, give her a state, I guess.
I can't make that decision for you. Um, you would probably be happiest somewhere towards the East Coast, maybe that's quarter of lower east quarter of the United States, somewhere in there. The South, Florida. It just feels like I'm over there.
Yeah. A lot of people asking whether the inauguration is going to go off as scheduled on the 20th, or there are some rumors he's going to actually be inaugurated on the 19th or some other time. Is any of that stuff true?
No, this I think him calling everybody to come to Washington D.C. on the 19th was false. So don't fall for that. That's probably trying to get a bunch of people in town so that they can, have another January 6th of some kind. But the inauguration takes place as planned.
Okay.
It's supposed to happen on a certain day at a certain time.
Right. According to the 20th Amendment. Yeah. That's interesting. Jen, what about the Obama-Trump conversation at the Carter funeral? Did you get? I mean, there's been some interpretations out there of lip reading of what they were saying, talking about golf, talking about having a meeting together. Are those interpretations of what they're saying correct? Because you got different dueling lip readers saying certain things.
Mostly correct. It was basically done for show.
For show. Okay.
And the people around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it certainly appeared to piss Kamala off. Wow. Frederica, another $5 Rumble rant, says, Jen, is there any particular reason why I delay my trip to Atlanta for a couple months, as you said? Thanks for the healing on Kaya. They hope to take her off the ventilator this week. Yay, good. That's good news. She just wants to know if there's a reason behind her delaying her trip.
Because you're busy making arrangements.
Good for you.
Gabriel said.
Lynn, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Lynn. Did many of the California fires occur last September, October, and are they covering them now as if they all occurred in the past week? Houses and cars should still be smoldering. I think that's kind of a concurrent event, don't you, Jen?
No, they happen when they happen.
Yeah, it would be so hard to orchestrate something like that, to cover it up in October and then show it as if it was happening in real time right now. No, I don't.
Can't do that.
Debbie says she's lost a Little Red Castle, $5 subscriber says, I've lost a significant amount of income in the last 3 weeks. Will I be able to generate enough income to cover my bills for January? That's a worry.
Yeah, on a tight budget. Mm-hmm.
Super Dave, aka Pork Chop, $50 super chat. Rumble rant.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Out of left field question: do you think Trump is diverting RV money to buy Greenland, or are those separate things? I think Trump's got enough money in his own personal bank account because all the dinar he has to buy Greenland on his own. So
let's say there's a world court, right? Like the Jentel said, and there's an alliance. Let's go ahead and accept that.
Right.
And let's say a long time ago, the United States was wronged by, let's see, the Crown, England, okay?
Right.
And then they were tried for that. And the restitution or the settlement was, okay, you owe the United States such and such dollars. And they don't have that money. Okay, so what do they do when, okay, we're going to confiscate everything you own and we're going to give it to the United States. And I think that's what happened. I don't think there's anything to purchase. Now they may come out and generate some kind of story for all the normies,
Yeah.
you know, but I think that's what happened. And it happened a while ago.
Brandy is now a monthly supporter, $5 a month. Thank you, Brandy. We appreciate that. Best way to help the show. Elaine wants to know Scottsdale or Florida in her future.
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale's nice. It's like Vegas, only with nothing to do. Diane says, do you see my husband Jay and I moving to Georgia? Do Jay and Diane move to Georgia?
I feel like that idea is delayed for a little while.
Yeah,
I don't
know like for you to decide whether you want to move to Monaco or not. Brandy says she's having head issues for about 2 months. Can you see anything?
Head issues?
That's what she says. Head issues.
You have chronic sinusitis.
The inflammation down. Husband Roy, Chrissy says, my husband Roy had a scare 8 months ago. Nosebleed that wouldn't stop. Following good low carb plan with me, lost about 30 pounds. Took a while. Blood sugar's back up. Gout breakout really bad. Okay, I don't know, Chrissy, what that's. There's not a question there. Carol wants to know the name of her protector and guardian angel. Guides.
Joanne or just Joanna. Sounds like Hosanna or something, but Joanna.
Michael wants to know if he's going to need prostate surgery soon or should he wait for a med bed. I would say don't wait with your medical issues.
Michael. Jesus said you really shouldn't delay. It's not something you can put off now.
Yeah, you should not delay. Jill says, is it safe for my son Travis to travel from Dallas-Fort Worth to Minneapolis on Wednesday?
It's safe.
Font Mesa says, 30 years ago, my dentist kept finding cavities. It turned out he was going through a divorce and needed the money. Yeah, my childhood dentist, it's interesting. I had cavities whenever he was about to go on a yearly vacation to Mexico. And whenever he had just gotten back from his yearly vacation to Mexico, I didn't need to have suddenly didn't have any cavities.
They put sealants on my kids' teeth.
Yeah.
When they were young, and I'm like, you can get sealants on your teeth. I mean, like, and it's probably, you guys probably jump all over me. Oh, that's bad. And everybody dies. But you know what? The kids didn't have any cavities for years.
Yep.
I'm like, why don't they just put sealants on everybody's teeth?
Yeah.
God.
Because it would put the dentist.
They don't tell you about it.
It would put the dentist out of business. There was supposed to be a thing. Also, there was the thing like in the late 1970s where they said, well, you just basically, there's like a drop that you can put in your mouth. It kills all the bacteria that causes tooth decay. And you can have this once a year and you'll never have to go to the dentist again. And then I never heard a thing about that again. It was like in the news and all of a sudden it's just gone. Gloria Galvin. Gloria says, my sister Alice has gallbladder and liver cancer. I'm very sorry to hear that. Do we need to increase the ivermectin? She cannot tolerate fentanyl.
Yeah, but there's no way that I could tell you how much. I can't do that. But there are, if you get in philosophy chat and ask the people there about it, they know of places to send you to get that kind of information.
Yeah.
Philosophy chat on Telegram.
Philosophy chat on Telegram. Kathy wants to know, with an E, wants to know if her ex-brother-in-law Don will get the help he needs for his illness.
Not for a while.
Elaine lost her first cousin Toril from Norway recently. Missed talking with her. Does she have a message for me? Does Toril have a message for Elaine?
Well, I don't understand what she's saying. She says you're running too slow and you need to kick it into gear, basically, translated.
Okay. All right. Christine with a K says, I have a red spot on my right shin. Is it a bug bite or something else?
Who is this?
Christine with a K.
It's a bug bite.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
You need to put something on it, like, and I'm sure all the ladies will tell you as soon as I say this. There's something you can put on it that will draw out the poison out of that bite or whatever. It's just like sealed in there. That's why it's still there.
Anne says, I'm sensing the life being sucked out of me in a spiritual group I've attended for 15 years.
Then run.
Leaving? Yeah, run, because that's not what's supposed to happen in a spiritual group. So,
no, that's a sign that it's time for you to move on.
Yeah.
Your vibration's higher than that group. Go and find something new.
Deborah would like to know, Deborah would like to know if her son Brandon is happy and will he come back to the families?
I didn't hear the last part of that. What? Will he come back?
Will Brandon come back to the family soon? Deborah would like to know.
He's hiding something that he doesn't want the family to know about. He seems okay to me. Happy enough. Financial problems.
Okay. Sarah Mercedes would like to know, her husband Jeremy's Toyota truck didn't sell. Do you see a date it will sell?
Well, did he not take the offer? Looking. Next week.
Chrissy says, husband Roy's blood sugar is going back up. He's following low carb. You see why his sugars are going back up again?
Is he drinking? Because I'm getting he's drinking something. It may not be alcohol. It may just be like hidden carbs. With that low carb thing, there's a lot of hidden carbs and things, dressings.
Yeah. Lynn, $7 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Lynn. Do you see me meeting someone special? It would be nice to have someone to go to dinner and movies with. Time to do more than check these sites.
It'd be safe to say in June you'd have a companion that you like go to the movies, go to dinner, do stuff with. Yeah.
Okay. Montana Treasures, I don't understand what you're asking, so I can't ask the question. So try to rephrase it so I can understand it. All right, Jen, let's slide on over to YouTube, free chat, and find out what's what. Melanie is first. My youngest daughter, Charlotte, doesn't feel well for the past couple of months. Severity varies. Is it ascension symptoms or COVID jab site? Interesting question.
It's something that has to do with the blood. It's either sugar levels or iron levels. She should get tested for that.
Okay. Debbie wants to know, did my daughter Brandy find and start a new job? Is she able to keep up with her bills, etc.?
She's keeping up, but that's about all the information I can get. I think she's keeping that private for some reason.
Dave Cook says he has pulmonary fibrosis and 20% left lung. Just caught a cold. Wants to know if he's going to survive to make the doctor for one thing.
Only God knows the day. Okay. You're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Bejeweled says the special sauce, super sauce, is awesome. My 18-year-old dog had some of his vision and hearing return. He trots now and then. I'm blown away and super appreciate this product. Okay, MikeBarraPets.com. That's good stuff. Get your pets to take it. Rebecca Hill says, "Is lot number 3 on Overlook Drive going to be sold before we collect our foreign currency
Yes.
exchange?" Something else will come up. Ellie, what about the idea that Trump may not be sworn in? Okay, we asked that question.
He will.
He will. Sherry says, "My daughter Tiffany via text in February 2021 said she was mad at me. No explanation, no response to communication since. Do you see any reconciliation?"
It might take till the fall to have that sit down, but it does take place.
Yeah, Ernest Rutland says the delta on 583 is 122. Okay. How can the RV happen before we go to gold? Because it's a private exchange done in the background. Scott, that's how it works. Batman says there will not be 10 Days of Darkness. That's a misquote of a Q post.
I never really saw that either.
Yeah. Do you all feel his inauguration will be a quiet, secure place for us to just watch on TV? Another big storm coming to the East Coast. Yeah. Will it be chaotic, or will it just be a normal inauguration? Not a big problem.
I just see it as a normal one on all the channels. Yeah.
I'm afraid Jen will be uber busy once the RV happens. Yes.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that I'll have more time to write and not be, I'm going to have to change things a little bit once that happens.
Brad K would like to know if his back surgery will happen and will it go smoothly?
Okay, Brad K. Textbook. I see him putting you under. I see the doctor talking to somebody, telling them that it went well. Yeah. It'll be good.
Hi, Jen. Mua. It's Angie. Am I still getting that house on Cliff Road this month, or did the timeline change? It looks like the timelines have slid on almost everything.
It'll still be available.
Oh, that's great. James would like to know when he and his wife Misty will be getting into a med bed.
Looks like March. Best case scenario right now.
Trying to invite my kitty in. There she is. I'm gonna get a little bed for her so she can sit next to Dad while he works. Okay. Carol says, "Jen, I'm having a legal issue with my son. I'm having him evicted. Can you tell me how that works out?" Usually not good when you see your kids.
Well, it's upsetting. It's sad. He gets mad, throws a fit, doesn't want to talk to you. He'll come around eventually.
See, you're still scratching. So I'm gonna go find that collar and put it back on you. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. I don't care if you don't like it. She hates it when I snuggle. Oh. Stephanie says, "I'd like to know the name of my guide and my angels, please, if you know them."
It's a man. The guide. He actually looks like Indian from or Middle Eastern from India. He actually says his name is Muhammad. So you must have had a lifetime over there somewhere. Angel's also male. Must have needed a lot of masculine strength in this lifetime. Frank. It sounds like French or Frank or something like that. So let's go with Frank.
Okay. Beth wants to know if the med beds heal your DNA or change your DNA. Well, if your DNA is defective or not right, then they will change it. So I would recommend you go watch the interview I did with Carrie Ann Thornton. Go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com, and it's right
Well,
there
that's
on the front page.
interesting.
Go there.
That's interesting. So I'm getting just now when you asked that we have a DNA like sequence, okay? And so we've got our like divine DNA sequence. Well, not like you from home, but you physical for your physical incarnation here. And over time, that DNA has been corrupted by different things. Okay. But somehow the med bed can get the original one, not as it is now corrupted, but the uncorrupted DNA sequence, and that's what it goes by. And so you're going to be able to go in there, and they put a high vibrational energy in there, and the body does its thing to correct itself back to that original DNA sequence without the corrupted pieces. So you'll be the best version of you.
Yeah, the optimized version of you. Yeah. Valerie wants to know if she will get married again.
In 4 years.
Okay, Debbie says, keep getting this idea of embroidery special patches, blocks for loved ones. Is this something I should do now to bring in extra income? Maybe do it on Etsy. Sure, Debbie.
Well, let me just ask. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but you're being sent ideas on things that you could do to make extra money until the time comes that you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Tracy, we don't know when the med beds are going to be available. I think the RV has to happen first because they're going to fund them. So.
Well, what needs to happen first is this is like a tricky thing with these med beds. And that's probably why the military is in charge of our early sessions, because Trump needs to come in and probably RFK, and they need to pass things and pull the insurance companies' hands off of all of these cures. And so legislation needs to be passed. Things need to happen so that they can do this, because there's a problem with offering something to the public without going through the regular channels. And when it goes through the regular channels, they block it from the public because they're not going to make money off of healing everyone. So, and then you've got these insurance liability problems. So it's a whole bunch of red tape that needs to get fixed. And that's going to happen in the first part of his administration. And then we can go ahead and release it for these street locations.
Terry, it's nice to know Tennessee is thawing. Jennifer, should I take this job or wait for the RV? I would just say take the job. Pretend like the RV is not going to happen because it hasn't happened yet.
Take it.
I don't know if you guys can hear my kitty complaining.
Peace of mind is important for you right now.
Jumbo Jupiter, I don't think we're going to give rates. You've all heard the rates all over the place, and we don't know. So unless Jen, you get something, Bolivar, you've always gotten. We've talked about all of that stuff before.
I don't want to go through the whole thing right now.
Yeah,
kind of running out of time.
Yeah. How far will Kyle need to drive for his RV appointment?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Hope says her boyfriend of 2 years recently pulled away. Will we be together again?
Hope. I don't think so. I mean, this guy, most it's women who are actually, not lying when they say they need space, but this guy actually wants his space. I don't. I'm not seeing it. You get back together.
Lisa says she's moved in with her daughter. Wants to know when she's going to find her own place.
This is like a month and a half. Enjoy your time together. It's be short.
Julie,
just living in the same house. Yeah.
Good. Well, good. Yeah, enjoy it rather than think of it as a stressful thing. Julie has been widowed for 15 years and wants to know when she'll be in a good, loving relationship.
Gabriel says you would need to allow one. As soon as you're ready to open that window or let somebody in or make yourself available, he'll come.
Karina says, "Hi, Jen. Can you tell me the name of my guide and when I will get contact?"
One question. I don't know about the contact. I feel like that's name of the guide. We got a short-haired woman. Interesting. She's got brown hair. Tracy. She likes the name Tracy, and she wants to be called Tracy.
She likes the name Tracy. And wants to be called Tracy.
Very motherly.
Denise says her business is struggling and it's really stressing her and her husband out, or us out. Will it improve soon, or do we close it? Should we close it?
It will improve shortly. Yes. Yes. Legislation, things pass. Write it out. Big opportunities in the spring. You probably won't need it because of what you're going to do, but like, yeah. I mean, and that is a personal decision. If you want to let it go, let it go. But I do think that in your area, that kind of thing's going to skyrocket really soon.
Good. You heard I need more salt in my body to get rid of migraines. Well, I haven't had a migraine in more than a month. So even though I've quit taking magnesium completely, and I've been feeling great since I did that. So I think I was overdosed badly on magnesium.
Well, yeah, you're taking too much. I don't know why they would prescribe.
Well, yeah, I mean, I took a 250 pill, a small one, which is I was taking 2,000 a day. I took 250, and I still felt really sick that night. So I just not taken anything the last 3 days. I do have Celtic sea salt. Thank you. I will go get some of that in between my cheek and gum, pretty quick. Rick Norman just got his ivermectin from Brooks. Darla says this is an awesome show.
Thank you for listening.
Send love and Rumble Rats. That's what. Gibby says, my son Noah has a large family. Will he find a better job to provide for them, or should he go back to school, or will the RV go and that will resolve the money?
All of the above actually happens over the next 6 to 8 months.
Okay, guys, we have 2 minutes left, and we got to get Jen out of here before that. Jalinda wants to know if she'll be getting a new job by the end of this month. Oh, and there's one more I want to do.
Yes. Not quite sure if that's exact timeline, but pretty close, yeah.
And Mindy says her kitty Duke gained his wings last month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry about it. Does he forgive me? We miss him so much. Yeah. Of course he forgives you.
For what?
Yeah, he's not mad
he
at
says.
you. He's not mad at you.
All he knows is that you took the pain away. They don't see things the same way that we do.
All right, guys. If you want to catch up with Jen, go to jenniferfala.com. Check out Philosophy Chat on Telegram. And if you want to...
I will be on tomorrow on Jennifer Full Adoring. Haven't changed the name yet on YouTube.
Okay.
And with a philosophy show.
Philosophy.
And tomorrow morning, sometime before 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I will post the link for that on Philosophy on Telegram.
Sounds great. And you can always follow us on Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble, MikeBarrett.blogspot.com, like for the Sky Prince interview with Carrie Ann. That's really good stuff. And Mike Barrett Chat on Telegram and at Mike Barrett 333 on Twitter. It is not for the faint of heart over there. Everybody have a great Monday, Tuesday. Hey, maybe we're in luck. Maybe the Intel guys are right, and it's going to be tonight into tomorrow. Who knows? Let's hope. If not, Jen and I will be back here on Wednesday. Ooh, I just got a hit. Before Whiskey and Wisdom. Okay, somebody just told me before Whiskey and Wisdom. I hope it's Whiskey and Wisdom this week and not next week. So, all right, you guys have a great Monday, Tuesday. If anything comes up that I can talk about, we'll keep you informed over on the Telegram channel, Mike Barrett Chat. See you guys. Jen will see you tomorrow on Philosophy, and we'll be back here Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday. And tomorrow night, Toxically Masculine Tuesday, we're going to be talking a lot about the LA fires and what's going on there, I'm sure. Jen, any final words before we hit it?
Hang in there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.